I stopped chasing people, and that's when I finally started respecting myself. For a long time, I was always the one reaching out first, texting first, trying to keep connections alive. I thought that made me a good person, but deep down, I was chasing something: validation, attention, reassurance. And the more I chased people, the more I slowly lost myself. So I changed the way I approach things, not all at once, but step by step. The first step was simple, but powerful. I stopped competing with everyone else and started competing with myself. Instead of asking, "Am I better than them?" I started asking, "Am I better than I was yesterday?" That shift alone gave me control back, because now my progress didn't depend on anyone else. The second step was letting go of comparison. I realized I was comparing my real life to other people's highlight reels: their success, their confidence, their lifestyle. But I reminded myself, I don't know their full story. And more importantly, my life is not supposed to look like theirs. So I started comparing myself only to my past self, and that made growth feel real. The third step was learning how to use envy in a better way. Instead of thinking, "Why don't I have what they have?" I started asking, "How did they achieve it? And what can I learn from them?" That changed everything. Envy stopped making me feel small and started pushing me forward. The fourth step was being more compassionate with myself. Because not everyone starts from the same place. It's easier to study, build a career, or buy a property when you come from stability. And if your path is harder, that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're building strength in a different way. So I stopped being so hard on myself and started understanding myself. The fifth step was becoming obsessed with myself in the best way possible. I made my growth my priority. I started paying attention to my progress, my effort, my discipline. I admired how far I've come and got excited about where I'm going. Because when you recognize your own value, you stop looking for it in other people. I started noticing my progress. The sixth step was changing the way I talk to myself. Because your brain believes what you repeat. So I became more intentional, more kind. Instead of putting myself down, I started saying, "I'm learning, I'm improving, I'm getting there." And slowly, I started believing it. And the final step was becoming the version of myself I used to dream about. Not perfectly, not overnight, but through small, consistent choices. Showing up, trying again, choosing growth over comfort. And something interesting happened. The more I focused on myself, the less I felt the need to chase anyone. Because when you build self-respect, you stop begging for attention. You stop forcing connections. You stop trying to convince people to choose you. You just choose yourself. So if you feel like you've been chasing, constantly giving, constantly proving yourself, take a step back and start here. Focus on your growth, your mindset, your confidence, your self-respect. Because the more you build yourself, the less you'll need validation from anyone else. You're not behind, you're just becoming.